Universal Orlando, they have a lot of attractions and lands that I love quite dearly. But out of all of their experiences and all of their lands, there is one in particular that is my absolute favorite, and it would have to be the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. But if I had to pick a close second, I would definitely choose Harry Potter. Wait, didn't I do this joke before? Okay, Jurassic Park. This is by far my fourth favorite land at Universal. And for good reason too. It is based on one of the most prominent and influential movies of all time. Not to mention, it has one of the best roller coasters in the world with VelociCoaster. And I'm sorry, Harry Potter fans, I would take VelociCoaster over Hagrid's any day of the week. I know Hagrid's is way better theming, but come on. This ride has the Mosasaurus roll. There's no contest. Universal, they truly changed the game when they built VelociCoaster, and there's no way they're gonna stop with this ride. I believe that sometime down the line, Universal, they will expand Jurassic Park. I guarantee it. VelociCoaster was a major expansion to the Jurassic Park section, and it did wonders for the area. So what do you think Universal is gonna do next? Are they gonna stop? Be complacent with VelociCoaster? Move on to a different IP? Well, no. This is Universal we're talking about. The same company that has built 3 Harry Potter lands. Universal, they have a lot of great qualities, but one of their best ones is their ability to recognize success. There is a reason why Universal has built a Harry Potter land at each and every one of their parks. People love the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and people also love Jurassic Park. Like Harry Potter, Jurassic Park is one of the most successful movie franchises ever. Each Jurassic Park or Jurassic World film makes buckets of cash, almost $1 billion on every single release. And because these movies are so successful, naturally, they have a built-in audience. An audience that Universal can continuously exploit. Not just for their movies, but for their parks as well. So it's only in Universal's best interest to expand the land as a way to bank off guest nostalgia. Now, I know this kind of sounds like a bad thing. Why would it be in Universal's best interest to constantly repeat and recycle the exact same IP over and over again? Well, if we're talking about movies, then yes, this is a bad thing. Even though I love Jurassic Park, I really only enjoy the first movie. I can't stand all of the terrible sequels. But when it comes to exploiting the IP for their theme parks, I couldn't care less. I know people are getting sick of the Harry Potter lands, but frankly, I am not one of them. I love the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Even though I still haven't seen any of the Harry Potter movies, I'll get around to them eventually, I promise. I can't help but love everything Universal has done with the Wizarding World. Each and every land looks so different yet cohesive, extremely detailed and immersive. I have a deep fondness for the Harry Potter lands even though I have no attachment to the movies. It doesn't matter if the Jurassic World movies are significantly worse than the original Jurassic Park, because as long as the ride execution is good, then it doesn't matter. The guests will still enjoy whatever Universal builds. I will still come to Universal. They can make 10 more Jurassic World movies, and every single one of them could be a slog, yet I will still enjoy Jurassic at Universal. There is no reason why Universal won't expand Jurassic Park eventually. The newer movies, they may be bad, but they still do well at the box office. The public, they love VelociCoaster, they love Jurassic Park, and most importantly, Universal, they know how to replicate success. So now I only have to ask, how will Universal move forward? How will they expand Jurassic Park or Jurassic World? If Universal decided to expand Jurassic Park, there are a few options they can approach. One option they can explore is upgrading. They can upgrade the Jurassic Park land, make it more modern and feel more refreshed, or they can expand. They can build another Jurassic ride. Maybe even another roller coaster. Who's to say? But before I get to the more ambitious projects for Islands of Adventure, let's stick to the more basic alternatives, like revitalization. Now, Jurassic Park, it may be one of Universal's most recognizable theme park lands, but that's largely because of VelociCoaster. Before VelociCoaster, I didn't really appreciate the Jurassic Park section. Yes, the River Adventure is fun, but VelociCoaster is the star of the show. Not just because the roller coaster is freaking intense. This ride is an A-list Intamin multi-launch. It sells itself. But Universal, they went above and beyond. They built an entire raptor paddock for the ride. They made the queue and station feel like it was ripped right out of the films, which might not sound like a compliment because, again, I don't like the Jurassic World movies, but even I was impressed by Universal's attention to detail. Whether it was the launch track with the raptors running past the window, or the full-scale animatronic raptor heads thrashing around in their muzzles, the theming is amazing. Even though the ride has such a bare-bones concept, the idea of VelociCoaster is just putting a roller coaster in a raptor paddock. The concept is so basic, yet it works phenomenally. VelociCoaster is the reason why I love the Jurassic Park area, and I wish the rest of this land had VelociCoaster's presentation, because once you get past VelociCoaster, the quality and theming begins to go downhill. Even though this area is themed to Jurassic Park, the land doesn't really offer a lot. The only exceptional piece of theming that Jurassic Park has to offer is the Discovery Center. All the other structures in the land don't really hold their own. They're primarily just huts and carnival games. Yeah, carnival games. Like the crappy Dinoland USA of yesteryear, just with better foliage and landscaping. Luckily, the rides in the area more than make up for the lack of ambiance, those being River Adventure and Kong. However, these rides, they do have their faults. For one, Kong, it doesn't belong in Jurassic Park. It's the King Kong franchise, not genetically modified dinosaurs. However, the ride does blend in with the area quite nicely, so it doesn't feel completely out of place. Then there's the River Adventure, and oh, how do I describe this ride? Let's just say this water ride has seen better days. Most, if not all, the effects on the River Adventure, they don't work anymore. For instance, the animatronics. I can't remember the last time I've seen the Ultrasaur operational. I can't even remember the last time I've seen the Ultrasaur. My most recent visit to Islands of Adventure was 2 years ago, and the Ultrasaur was behind a work wall. And I wish the Ultrasaur was the only problem with the River Adventure, but no. Every animatronic had some kind of issue, like the Hadrosaurs. Normally, they're supposed to appear from the water and then dunk back down. Yet, more often than not, they would either be halfway stuck in the water or remain completely submerged. And the raptors in the water treatment facility, usually they were hit or miss. Sometimes I saw them functioning as intended, but other times I saw them completely static. The only animatronic that I've seen work completely on a continuous basis was the T-Rex. This animatronic has rarely ever broken down for me, except for one instance where it was wheeled forward, yet it didn't move a muscle, and it looked more like a taxidermied reptile. The point is, the River Adventure is far from its glory days, and the public has been wanting Universal to refurbish or redo this ride for a long time now. Some have even advocated Universal to retheme it completely to Jurassic World, like the one in Hollywood. I am not one of those people. I don't want this entire section of the park to be themed to Jurassic World and Jurassic World alone. I like Jurassic Park. I want them to retain Jurassic Park. Just because the Jurassic World movies are newer doesn't mean they're better suited for this ride. If Universal can somehow refurbish the River Adventure by tearing out all of the old animatronics and replacing them with brand spanking new ones, then they can salvage this ride. I would prefer it if Universal would maintain part of their history by keeping Jurassic Park and forgoing an entire Jurassic World overhaul. This would be my ideal scenario if Universal ever wanted to update this part of the park. And maybe if they refurbish the River Adventure, perhaps they can also upgrade the queue, because the current queue for River Adventure, it's nothing. All it has is wooden turnstiles and a diorama of Isla Nublar. Universal, they can do better. But now let's go to my second scenario. Rather than just refurbishing Jurassic Park, what if they expanded it? They make the land even grander. How will they do this? Well, I have 3 different options that Universal can choose from, and 2 of them are pretty drastic. What if they expand Jurassic Park by removing an existing land at Universal, i.e. the Lost Continent or part of Toon Lagoon? Trust me, I am aware this is a pretty insane scenario, but I'm not gonna knock it out of the realm of possibility. The Lost Continent has been, in lack of a better term, a lost cause for Universal. They have no idea what they want to do with this land anymore. Poseidon's Fury has been gone for a few years now, and the whole land is rumored to be shut down and replaced. Replaced with what, however? Well, we still have no idea. But here's just a thought. What if they replaced Lost Continent with Jurassic World? This way, Universal can have two distinct Jurassic areas separated thematically. It's brilliant. I mean, the Lost Continent already led towards VelociCoaster with the bridge, and the Lost Continent does have enough space for a new ride, so why not? Okay, here's the thing. Theoretically, Universal, they could build an entire Jurassic World section with its own Discovery Center and all. Something that's kind of akin to Universal Beijing. They could do that, but I don't want that to happen. I do not want Lost Continent to be rethemed to Jurassic World. I have seen what Universal has done with Jurassic World at Beijing, and I have to say, besides the Jurassic World Dark Ride, I am not impressed. I do not like the look of Jurassic World. Lost Continent was my third favorite theme park land at Universal. I enjoy all the Mediterranean decor, and I think Jurassic World replacing the Lost Continent would devalue Islands of Adventure. Maybe if they put the Jurassic World section by Toon Lagoon, it could work. Toon Lagoon already isn't a fan favorite at Universal, so if Universal decided to snip off part of the land and devote it to Jurassic World, it could be seen as an upgrade. This would be my second scenario for expanding Jurassic. But even then, I'm still not convinced Universal would do this, and that brings me to my final approach for expanding the land. How about instead of going into Toon Lagoon or Lost Continent, Universal, they work with what they got. They try to put another ride in the Jurassic Park area. The big issue with this, however, is that you gotta remove something to make space. The Jurassic Park area is already developed. There is absolutely no space to put another ride. The land where Kong resides, that used to be the Jurassic Park expansion pad, but now they don't have it anymore. Would they ever get rid of Kong? Probably not, and I hope not, because despite this being a screen-based attraction, it's actually pretty good. So what could Universal remove to expand Jurassic Park? I think the obvious pick for removal would be Camp Jurassic, the kids section of the park where they have the pterodon flyers. This area is prime real estate for development, and I can't think of any section of the park that deserves to be demolished more than Camp Jurassic. I'm sorry if you're a fan of this area, but it has to go. Camp Jurassic only appeals to a young demographic, a really young demographic. The only ride in this section is pterodon flyers, and you can't even ride this coaster unless you have a child. So why would Universal keep Camp Jurassic? It's not beneficial for the whole family. I never even go into this section of the park because there's nothing for me to do here, besides maybe just walking around. And if we look at Google Maps, Camp Jurassic takes up a decent amount of land. Not enough for an indoor dark ride. No, they can't fit a show building here. That would be way too distracting and ugly like some rides I know. But they do have enough space for a roller coaster. Hear me out. Universal, they do love their roller coasters. VelociCoaster, major success. And let me ask you, what's the best way to match that success? By building another dinosaur thrill ride right next to it. How about they take the flying dinosaur concept from Universal Japan and they put it right here. They do the exact same thing as VelociCoaster. They build a paddock around the ride, make it feel like an exhibit, and bada bing bada boom, you got a new Jurassic Park ride. And they don't even have to make it a B&M flyer. Maybe they can make it a Vekoma flyer or a Vekoma family coaster. Universal doesn't have to build a VelociCoaster every time. They can just strive for a good family coaster, and not something like pterodon flyers. Heck, if Universal wanted to make this an even bigger roller coaster, they can take out Popeyes and extend the layout towards the lagoon. That way they can have another massive roller coaster stretching out into the skyline. It's perfect, and it's really the only way you can build another Jurassic Park ride. Realistically, what else could Universal do with this franchise? What other ride could they actually build? What, a dark ride where the dinosaurs escape again? That's boring. We've seen this concept already on the River Adventure. Jurassic Park is a limited concept. You can't have the dinosaurs escape on every single ride. The best way for Universal to extend Jurassic Park is by building the envisioned version of Jurassic Park. Make each roller coaster an exhibit. You have the VelociCoaster exhibit, and then the pterodactyl exhibit, or the T-Rex exhibit. Change Camp Jurassic into a viewing pen. That way, Jurassic Park can actually feel like a zoo with dinosaurs that sometimes escape. But will this ride concept actually happen? Well, only time can tell. I think Universal will only expand Jurassic Park if their new movies do well. Because believe it or not, they're still making more Jurassic World movies. Rebirth, it looks terrible. I don't get why there's a third island of dinosaurs that was never established before in any other movie until just now. I guess Isla Nublar and Isla Sorna are irrelevant now. And InGen is basically just the Wayland Corporation from Alien. Freaking ridiculous. This movie looks stupid, but I guarantee Rebirth is still gonna make $1 billion at the box office, and will soon spawn a new trilogy of mediocre Jurassic Park films. And if all of them are successful, Universal will expand the Jurassic brand even further, and a new Jurassic ride will definitely be in the cards.